In this video, you'll learn the most efficient farming patterns to speed up your farm and hit faster item timings. These farming tips are the same tips I teach to my coaching students, and it is a tested and proven process based on very successful results. If you're interested to get coaching with me, head over to my website or contact me on Discord. The links are in the description box down below. With that said, let's get into the video. Firstly, to make this video simple to understand, we'll be mainly focusing on the carry's farming patterns. But these tips are also applicable to the mid lane and off lane role, even to supports. The farming route begins by first identifying the post-laning stage, which is when you have decided that the laning phase is over. This happens when the enemy offlaner and support have hit level 6 or are close to level 6, and are beginning to pose big threats to you with their ultimates. On the rare occasion that you win your lane and are dominating instead, then choose to push the enemy's tower down and farm around your jungle. However, most of the times, safe lane is expected to lose the lane and will be kicked out of lane due to power spike differences between safe laners and offlaners. Usually by this time, you should be looking at around 40 to 60 last hits coming from the laning phase, and the game timer will normally be within 7 to 10 minutes. From here on, we'll be moving into the early game phase, where you'll start to prioritize the push-pull jungle process. This means that you'll be pushing out waves quickly and safely, then heading over to pull the jungle camps as you buy time for the next enemy wave to push to you again. When pulling the jungle camps, make sure to time the death of the camps to the speed at which the enemy wave pushes back to your tower. The focus now is to take the enemy wave as safely as possible while minimizing pointless interaction with enemies that you cannot bully or kill. It is very important to understand that the focus here should mainly be towards waves, so all actions must lean towards allowing you to farm waves as much as possible while being safe. The most common mistake I see carry players make is defaulting to jungling even when there are free lanes available for them to take. For example, when they are mid laner ganks, or when the jungle pull chance is available but they missed it and farm near the enemy's tower instead. This causes the wave to be in a dangerous position that doesn't allow them to farm it, adding to inefficiency and slowing down their farm drastically. Of course, if you are forced to jungle because you cannot touch the waves without risking death even under your tier 1 tower, then it will be necessary to jungle until the enemies push the wave back to your tier 2 tower again. At this stage of the game, most carries will have abilities or items that allow them to start flash farming the ancients as well. Some examples are such as barrier-free heroes like Ursa and Troll, and innate flash farming heroes like Medusa and Sven. Here is a simple breakdown of common flash farming heroes and their expected timings to hit ancients. For barrier-free heroes like Ursa and Troll, you are expected to hit your barrier-free timing by 12 to 14 minutes. For Medusa, you want your Yasha by 10 to 12 minutes, and for Sven, you want Mask of Madness by 9 to 12 minutes. Once you perform the push-pull jungle process repeatedly, or have identified another free lane to take over, you should be able to hit your flash farming timings. This will now allow you to add the ancient camps into your farming route. However, take note that the priority in farming should always be forwards and outwards, not backwards. For example, whenever you are allowed to push waves and farm the enemy's jungle, always select that farming route instead of pushing waves and returning back into your own triangle. This is what we term as AFK farming, which results in lack of pressure, area control, forcing rotations, and providing information to your teammates. The most ideal farming pattern when you're at the side lanes is to push out waves, move into the corner ancient camps, farm the ancient camp with the camp beside it, then hit to the next wave again. After that, retreat back to the camps behind as you wait for the next wave or lane to open up for you to repeat the farming pattern again. You can also take the gate and cycle between the side lanes to perform the waves plus jungle plus ancients cycle repeatedly if the option is available. If it's not available and no waves are safe to farm on the map yet, then retreat back to your camps behind as you wait for information on the map before continuing your pressure forwards again. If you are farming around the mid lane, then push out the wave, farm the triangle, and identify lanes that are safe to farm turrets, or jungle until lanes are safe to start pushing them out. While performing these farming patterns, make sure to actively look around the map for fights that you can participate in. These fights should be fast and easy cleanup kills for you to pick up quickly to resume your farming process again. Good fights to join should be committed fights under or near your towers with enemy heroes dropping low for teleport kills, or fights that are near you or in the direction of your farming route. It is extremely important that you keep looking at the minimap to check for these potential cleanups every time they happen. They'll provide you with much more contribution and farm compared to just speed pushing and hitting jungle camps all the time. It also adds to pressure and map presence as a carry that's not just AFK farming the entire first 20 to 25 minutes of the game. If you execute these farming patterns well and manage to join some good fights early on with low deaths, you should be looking at hitting your item timings within the 18 to 23 minute mark of every game. Here is a breakdown of common item timings for specific types of heroes. Firstly, we have the Manta style plus Dragonlance or Hurricane Pike, which are Morphling, Terrorblade, and Drow Ranger. Then we have the Blink plus Aegis or BKB for Ursa and Templar Assassin. Next we have Radiance and Saint Shanyasha, which is for Lifestealer, and then Manta plus Barrowfly for Medusa, and lastly Black King Bar, which is like 50% of all carry heroes, for example Sven, Troll Warlord, and Phantom Assassin. Once you hit your item timing that lets your hero play very strong, that will start your transition into the mid game phase. You will now play closer to teammates if they are grouped up, and push forwards with them while farming nearby and around them, as you prepare for fights that are going to break out. This topic of fighting will be covered in the next video. To recap again, here is the list of unit types you want to be farming according to farm prioritization. The highest farm priority will always be farming forwards and outwards towards creep waves. Waves are the easiest form of farm and also provides you with highest efficiency in time to gold ratio. It also provides you with pressure, map control, vision, and so on. The second farm priority will be the ancients and jungle camps around the waves. These camps exist for you to fill downtime as you wait for the next wave to be safe again. Whenever the ancients are available, always try to farm towards it. Ancient camps provide you with equivalent gold and slightly more XP to that of a creep wave, so definitely farm it whenever you can. Whenever the game timer starts hitting 40 seconds, make sure to head to the ancient camps to stack it if you're around it in order to farm it twice. That will give you a lot of XP and gold. The last farm priority will be the jungle camps behind. Farming defensively and backwards away from lanes should be the last resort and only done when there are no lanes available for you to teleport to or farm turrets. As you can see, many core players are guilty of treating defensive jungle farming as their first farm priority. Because of this, they are severely slowing down your own farm as they miss out on creep waves. Jungle actually provides you with much less farm compared to a wave, in addition to the travel distance that you have to go between camps. Too many players misunderstand the term of farming and treat jungling as their main source of farm, even when there are lanes available to be pushed out. This is a big mistake that leads to lack of overall contribution on the map. Make sure to also keep a lookout on the game timer every time you're farming. You should always be looking to stack the camps as you farm them to increase your farming efficiency tremendously. Keeping an eye out on the game timer also helps you predict the positions of creep waves to pre-plan your farming route ahead of time. I've made a video about reading creep waves before, so be sure to check that video out. For now, I hope this video has taught you efficient farming patterns and how to best maximize your time to avoid downtime in games. If you enjoyed the video, please help support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and like the video. Also, feel free to join my Discord channel if you want to get in touch with me or want to chat with a friendly Dota community. Thank you for watching and I'll see you again in the next one.